What's going on, guys? Boomersoon here and welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about campaign or single player, and does it really matter to have it in video games anymore? Now, what I mean by this is nobody is really that interested in a single player anymore, and it's really not the reason that you buy a game. You buy the game to go play the multiplayer, and you spend 300 plus hours playing the multiplayer. You don't do the same with the campaign. Granted, I'm sure there are some people out there that do buy certain FPS games just for the campaign, and yeah, I can kind of get that. You know, games like the Modern Warfare series have a solid campaign going through all three games. But recently there's been a serious decrease in the quality of campaigns. Like BF4 was basically the Wrecker Simulator. How many times do they say his goddamn name? And honestly, I barely remember anything from the campaign, aside from things that like random encounters that are sort of, you know, ingrained in my brain for some random reason, one or another really. I can't remember much about it at all. I remember Dimitri was in it, but it was an entirely different character. It wasn't the same character at all, and he died within like a mission. Now BF3 I preferred. I thought it was more intense, it made you feel like a soldier, and it had sort of a crime drama element with the fact of, you know, where are the nukes, where have they gone? There's only two nukes missing, and there's one that they have. And I thought that was amazing, you know, really interesting, and actually I had something to go after. I wanted to finish this because I wanted to find out what happened. Granted, it did get a little bit lazy near the end, and they sort of went, you know what, and just, yeah, go on the train, defeat the Solomon, bang, nukes off, you know. I do admit that it kind of got slightly lazy, but you felt like something was important. There were stakes to be had. Well, in Battlefield 4, it kind of just felt like, oh yeah, Wrecker, do this, Wrecker, do that, Wrecker, do this as well. Oh, and Wrecker, go and do this, and Wrecker, this as well. And you didn't feel like a soldier involved in this giant conflict. You felt like some random guy running around in a terribly written story. And granted, I do remember the characters from Battlefield 4, Irish and Hannah, and I believe Pack, I think his name was. I do remember them, and the ones in Battlefield 3 are less memorable. But really, instead of improving one area, they should have tried to put those together. Good storytelling from Battlefield 3 with interesting characters in Battlefield 4. As well, there were no epic moments in Battlefield 4 that made me go, wow, I feel like a soldier. There were so many points in Battlefield 3 with multiple guys around you running up to a base, you know. You're not the only one taking out people that are around you doing stuff. And there were so many points, the one mission where the Russians are parachuting in, I seriously felt like a soldier, and there's that sense of, whoa, you suddenly get hit by something, realizing there's so many soldiers coming directly your way. But that element was really lost in Battlefield 4, which is quite sad, because again, I absolutely love that. Now, Battlefield 1 is looking pretty good. We haven't seen a huge amount yet, from the campaign at least, but we definitely know that it's going to involve a different amount of nationalities. It's going to involve people from different nationalities, which I think is great. I love that whole thing of, you know, this is how you know the war, this is how other nations know the war. And I've speculated before about what we might see. I'd like to see, obviously, a Brit, that's completely obvious really, a German, those two are definite, to be honest. Interesting to see if we saw somebody involved in the cause with Lawrence of Arabia, an Arabian, you know, fighting alongside T.E. Lawrence would be awesome. And then someone stuck in the Russian Revolution, you know, being a soldier and then going up and fighting in the revolution, that would be awesome as well. You know, that would be really something that would just be so cool to see and to feel part of a huge point in history. The campaign seems much more deep and intense, as before past ones have sort of just been casual and somewhat lazy. And it would be super cool if we get a return to sort of the World at War campaign sort of days. What I mean by that is you knowing the crew, you knowing the areas, and you going, oh my god, I'm involved in this battle, you know. Again, you can't really do that with future games, because obviously, you know, they take place in the future or in modern day. So that's the one problem I do admit, that, you know, games set in the past will always have above modern games, but you can still create that element of camaraderie ship as sort of a unit. So I really hope that we do see something where, you know, you get along with certain crew in your squad, and, you know, really bond friendships with them, and actually feel something when you see these characters die, rather than, oh yeah, what was his name? Was that John or was that Mark? I can't, either one of them, you know, who really cares? I want to feel for the crew that you're part of. But at the same time, I still want to feel like I'm part of the war. I don't want to feel like I'm some special soldier running off doing different errands. I want to be running around having tons of guys, with me, feeling like I'm a singular soldier in this war, not some important guy who's going to go up and do a bunch of tasks. I want to experience the First World War from some soldier's boots rather than some special forces guy. Like I said, we really haven't seen much at all, very few clips and just minor little snapshots and stuff like that, so we really don't know anything about the campaign at all. I do imagine at some point there'll be a campaign-only mission or campaign-only trailer that'll come out. That I can't wait for, because I personally really enjoy the campaigns in games. I usually try and play them before I play the multiplayer, get used to the game, get some elements in, rather than instantly starting off and doing terrible at first. So the campaign to me is something that really does matter. But like I said, it's looking fantastic. I cannot wait for Battlefield 1 or the campaign. I'm still on holiday at the moment, so again, anything happens, I can't really cover at the moment. I will do when I get back though, of course, and I have more videos planned as well. But until then guys, man, has been Monsoon, out.